Hi everyone, today we're going to review one of Hikaru Nakamura's best games ever. In his own words, his very best game. This game was a part of the 2010 World Team Championships, and Hikaru's opponent was none other than the legendary Boris Gelfand. If you do not know him, I'll let you know that he was ranked top 30 in the world for 27 consecutive years. Let that sink in for a moment. Also, he got as close as possible to the World Championship title without attaining it when he lost to Viswanathan Anand in rapid tiebreaks 2 years later. So buckle up, since this game will definitely inspire you to play a couple more games and perhaps increase your losing streak, although I hope that's not the case. So, let's get into this game. Gelfand opens with d4 and the game quickly turns into the King's Indian defense. The idea of black is that I give white the full center, but I will strike back at it with one of these moves. Knight f3, bishop e2, and yeah. As early as move 6, I get to play this move, pawn to e5. And people who are less familiar with this opening may think that this pawn is simply hanging. However, that's wrong, and if I want to illustrate why it's not, it's because of this very nice one, knight takes c4. And if they take back, we're going to take here, and we have a very fine position. And as you see, this d4 square is weak, and we can just hop a knight onto that square if we want. Also, if they try to play smart and take this pawn, thinking that we will take with the king and then they will win a pawn at the end of everything, we have this very nice in-between move, bishop c3, and now we take this knight we want a piece because this knight is no longer going to be taken. So, Gelfand castles, not getting into those lines, and Hikaru plays knight c6, inducing d5, and now the center is basically locked, so you have to play on the flanks. Black definitely wants to play on this side of the board, on this side of the board, right? Since the pawn structure is moving that side. The highest pawn, the tip of the pawn structure, is basically the pawn chain, is facing towards this side. And for white, the tip of the pawn chain, right, the highest point of it, is basically on the queen side, right? You see, if you split the board in half, it's on the queen side. So white will also try to throw their punches at at black on this side. And yeah, it's just a race. Whoever gets there first wins. A very nice move by Gelfand. He plays knight d2. The ideas are f3, solidifying the center, and also getting the knight into the queen side when possible. Hikaru takes inspiration. He's preparing this move f5, b4, f5, c5, and knight f6. Basically continuing with their respective plans. f3, and now Hikaru shuts this place, and basically he's betting his money on this move g4, this pawn break g4. Let's see who gets there first, right? Knight c4, g5, a4, knight g6, bishop a3, having some sort of a tunnel vision with this rook, and the rook just moves out of the way. There are two reasons for this. One of them is to get this bishop back to defend this pawn, which is very weak. It's a target, b5, we've already put a lot of pressure on it. And also to get this rook there, possibly, to just play on the king side and help this move g4. b5, and now a very nice move by Hikaru Nakamura, d takes c5. So you may say, why is he playing on the queen side? Shouldn't he just consider continue on the king side? Let's say he plays this move h5. This is a very naive move, because after this move b6, white is just simply winning because they got to open up the queen side first. There's so much tension, right? And there would be an opening of the position a bit later on. He first takes on c5 to make sure that, the b6 move is not possible now, and now plays h5. So it's a very good lesson. Slow down your opponent's plans when you can. a5, g4, and now b6. He does not touch the pawns. He plays this move g3, just gaining space and possibly, looking to get this rook and attack, right? To open up the g5. King h1, a very professional move. The idea of this move, believe it or not, is to play the bishop back. From there, it would defend the king, it would attack on the queen side. So it's definitely a very strong piece. Bishop f8. This bishop wasn't good here. You see, there are basically 5 pawns out of 7 on dark squares, so the trade of bishops is definitely going to benefit black. Here, Gelfand played d6, is looking to take like this, so again we have to take notice and take this pawn. Of course, h4, as I said, would just play to this move. So, a takes b6, bishop goes back. And now this move, knight to h4. Also, if you like want to take like this, you know, this, for example, I think you can just simply move bishop f2. The idea is that this pawn, right, this pawn, is basically uncapturable, right? You cannot sacrifice against it because it's your own army, man. Why do you want to do that? And this pawn, I will never take it. I will just keep this pawn, stay there, and shield my own king because it's no threat of promotion, of course. So that's why Carl plays here. Ideas of maybe putting pressure on here. Rook e1 by Gelfand. The idea is to play bishop f1. And now, I'll give you some time to find this move. If you've seen the game, you definitely know what the move is, but if you haven't, take your time. And yeah, I guess it's the time I have to pause for a little bit. Yeah, so the move is knight takes g2. A very beautiful move. Here, white only has one way to continue the game, and that is very scary, of course. But I think something which a player of Gelfand's caliber could have seen if the game was, you know, over classical time control. I'm not exactly sure what time control it was, but it's a quicker time control, either rapid or blitz. So yeah, here the correct moves to take with the king, and walk into this very scary thing. Take on c7, absolutely unfazed. Give back your piece, and basically the end of the line be down a pawn because you have counterplay. Definitely, this is something you could have seen, but yeah, you didn't go for it. Either you didn't see it or didn't go for it. I don't know. Yeah, simply like you just play something like this and the game continues. But yeah, he took on c7. It's a blunder, right? Even though it doesn't really seem like a blunder. I'm attacking the queen. How can it be a blunder? Because of this move, knight takes c1. Yeah, you can take my queen and make another queen, but a down pawn will just checkmate you. Your king is so weak. So, Gelfand had to take the knight. And now we do not play the simple move. Whoops, we do not play queen c7. We open the king. The last time, knight g2, the king didn't have to come out, right? Although it technically didn't have to, but objectively should have. Now it has to go out. Rook g7, the king goes back. Bishop to h3. This g2 square is so important. I'm going to mate you. You cannot take my queen again. Bishop f1, seemingly defending it. Queen to d3. I just infiltrate. I now have 1, 2, 3 attackers. It's the magic number. If you want to attack someone and be successful, three attackers is normally a very good thing. Considering you can say they only have one defender, this does not really defend the strong squares because I'm attacking with this bishop. So, here of course I'm threatening this pawn, and you cannot take the queen, it's mate, you cannot take the bishop, it's mate. Gelfand decides to defend f3 while taking a pawn, and now I have this very nice move, bishop takes f1. I'm again threatening to take it's mate, and you cannot take my queen either. But what if you take my bishop, right? Now it's time to cash, and I take your knight. Rook c1, and I win. Gelfand wins back the rook, but now I have this move queen e6, just counter material, right? I am up, and now if you do the maths correctly, I hope you do. And yeah, here, so you may be thinking, why not knight takes c4, right? Because they don't take, they can mate it. But it's not checkers, they don't have to take, at least immediately. Queen to c4 check, we block, and now they take. So this position is very complicated now, and black has a lot less chances than if they decide to control the game with this move, queen to e6. A very funny illustration is that, like, let's say they're going to play here to defend this pawn, I will take this move and take this pawn. Now it is possible because there is no queen c4, and fe4, fe4 is also wrong, as we mentioned. If you try to defend this pawn, I can perhaps just simply take this one, and these two pawns, they're so dangerous. So yeah, I mean, at this very position, Gelfand resigned and threw in the towel. He simply doesn't have anything in this position, and I hope you enjoyed it. And also in case you forgot, I will basically review the lessons we learned from this game. So when the center gets locked, right, like this, you have to look on playing the flanks. Black had play on this side, white had also play on this side because their most advanced pawn was on the queen side. And basically, you should go on your own plans unless there is a threat. There was a threat, b6. So you stop this threat, now b6 does not work, h5, just go forward, right? And here in such cases, and also like here as I said, this is not a free, and this is not a good thing. You win a pawn, but you lose your attacking chances, right? Something you have to avoid. Bishop f8. Never trade your good bishop for their bad bishop. This is of course very simple. And here again there was a threat, so I deal with it, takes bishop g1, and now knight h4. Sometimes when the game is very aggressive, you have to, very double-edged as well, you have to value open lines higher than a piece. For example, here again, this move is absolutely justified. This is a very correct continuation of the game, objectively. And if you want to actually know, like, how is your attack actually faring against their defenses, you have to look at the number of attackers, right? I have a monstrous pawn over here. This rook is here. This bishop is a monster sniper from its own square. The queen can also easily enter, if this knight moves, right? So you definitely have enough attackers. It's the magic number, right? The rule of 3 pieces, as I told you. Again, it's now about the initiative. Threatening mate. Threatening the king with checks, and now threatening mate. Threatening mate. And finally, again, threatening mate, and finally cashing in, right? Like, if you're able to keep on attacking for like 5 to 10 moves, you definitely have a good position. You're definitely gonna win. And yeah, finally you cash in. And also the thing is that sometimes your attacks do not end in mates, but they lead to a substantial material advantage. That is enough, right? If you played it correctly. And now also don't rush into such moves. Be calm, keep checks under control, and simply win the game. So yeah, that's a whole lot for a single game to teach us. Also, I hope you enjoyed it, learned from it, and got inspired. I'll keep posting videos like this, and I will really appreciate it if you decide to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. I'm really working hard to give you the best content as possible. And yeah, if you have any suggestions or feedback, please let me know, and also share it to anyone who really wants to, learn about such beautiful games. And yeah, thank you for watching this far. I also have a prompt for you. Which country is your favorite? Thank you for watching the video, and see you in the next one.